Hello, it is that time of month where I do my TBR. I'm really enjoying doing these TBR videos, but in January, me and Liv are going to be hosting the Royal Readathon Round 3, and we are very excited about this. We back when we were taking part in the first one back in May, we actually planned ahead for both the villains one that we did back in October and also this one, which we are doing in January. This was originally going to be in February, March time, but we decided to bring it forward to January instead. And this theme, so we've had princesses, we've had villains. This theme is going to be princes. And we're very excited because I love the princes. They're amazing. So we have 10 prompts. The rules for this are going to be have fun. If you need to double up or even triple up on like using multiple prompts for one book, do it. If that's what you want to do it. I obviously am going to challenge myself as always and try and do all 10. Didn't work out the last 2 times, so we'll see if it works out this time. Hopefully we can go into the new year with some good reading energy. We can hope. But anyway, I'm going to get stuck in. I'm just going to read out the prompt and then tell you what book I've picked for it. So first up we have Prince Florian, a book with a prince. He is the original prince, and therefore we had to pick a book that has a prince in. And this one I have picked Majesty by Katharine McGee. So this is the sequel to American Royals, which I read last year and absolutely loved so much. Like, it was one of my favourite books last year, I believe, if I remember rightly. So I'm very excited to dive into the sequel. I've had this book since September, still not read it. I feel like I was saving it for this moment though. I was saving it. But I am very excited to continue, especially with how the first book ended. Like, no spoilers, but holy moly, like, I'm excited to dive into this. Next up, we have Prince Charming, a book with love at first sight. Now, I am not one that loves insta-love in a book, but I did remember I do have a certain book, and that is Alex and Eliza by Melissa De La Cruz. So this is obviously Alexander Hamilton and Eliza Schuyler from the Hamilton musical. And after I've had this book for a while and never thought about picking it up, it was given to me by a friend. And after watching the Hamilton musical this year, I was like, all things Hamilton. And everyone knows like the story of Alex and Eliza, so it would be nice to see a little twist on it. Next up we have Prince Philip, a book with heroic action. So for this, me and Liv are carrying on our buddy read, and we will be reading A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. So obviously this month we are reading ACOTAR and ACOMAF, and then next month we are reading ACOWAR, War, and I'm not ready to dive back into this. Not ready. But I'm excited because I love this series so much, and this definitely has heroic action. Like, it's a Sarah J Maas finale. Of course it does. Next up we have Prince Eric, a book with the sea or seaside. So we sort of open this one up a bit. We don't want to, because a lot of sea books are fantasy, whereas a seaside book could be contemporary. So it gives it a bit of an open, really. So for this one, I have picked Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. I got this one last year at Yauk, and because it's like feminist pirates, I believe, which I'm here for. I need this. So I'm very excited to actually finally get to this, and I believe the sequel's already out, so I don't have the sequel. I'm waiting till I've read this one, so hopefully I'll finally get to it after like a year and a half. Next up we have Prince Adam, and for that we need to reread a favourite. So for this I have picked The Glass House by Rachel Caine. The Morganville Vampire series is one of my favourite series. There's 15 books and they are 15 glorious books. I love them so much, and my mum and sister have never read these and want to. They both have the series. So as of January we are beginning a buddy read now that we've finished the Percy Jackson books. So we will be starting with book 1 in January. And obviously it will be a reread for me, but those two it will be a first time read, but reread a favourite. Next up we have Aladdin, a book with a character who starts with nothing. A lot of the books for this I have already read, so I was like, I don't know what to read. And then Liv suggested this, which is one of her favourite books, and that is Crave by Tracy Wolff. I don't actually remember much about this book, but Liv raves about this so much, and I need to read this in January because in February me and Lauren over at Lawtopia will be buddy reading the sequel, which Liv actually bought me Crave and Crush for Christmas because she needs me to read them that badly. And then the third book I believe comes out in March, so I'm reading this one. Next up we have Li Shang, a book with a bisexual character. Again, I wasn't sure about this because a lot of the books with bisexual characters I've read, and the ones that I haven't read, I don't know if they've got a bisexual character, but I looked it up. And Radio Silence by Alice Oseman apparently does have a bisexual character. So I have never read this, and I've had it for a while. So I'm finally gonna kick myself up the butt and finally read it. I absolutely love Alice Oseman's work, so I don't know why I've not read this yet. So I'm looking forward to getting to this. Next up we have Prince Naveen, a book with an arrogant lead. Now this is a reread for me, but it is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. So I reread Throne of Glass earlier this year, and this whole plan to reread the whole series because it's my favourite series ever, and then just kept reading brand new books, which I should be doing, but I'm finally gonna continue my reread and read the next one. And obviously Selena is definitely an arrogant lead, and I am here for it. Next up we have Flynn Rider, a book with illegal activity. And for this one I have picked Hood by Jenny Elder Moak. So obviously this is a Robin Hood retelling, and we all know Robin Hood has illegal activity. So I had to go for this. I actually have 2 Robin Hood retellings, but I decided to go for this one because I pre-ordered this earlier in the year and then just didn't get around to it. And I'm really excited for it. So yeah. And then finally we have Kristoff, a book with a sidekick, and for that I have picked Battle Mage by Taran Matharu. So this is the 3rd book in the Summoner series, and I'm very excited to get to this. My mum has read this entire trilogy and this book broke her. Like, she cried so much at it, so I'm a little bit scared to go into this. But obviously he definitely has a sidekick, so how could I pick any other book? And I'm finally going to finish another series. Like, get me, I'm finishing series. This is good. This is good. But I'm excited to, and scared to see where this goes. So this one. So that was my TBR. I also do want to point out, I do want to reread Havenfall by Sarah Holland. And because I have been granted an e-arc of the sequel, Phoenix Flame, which comes out in March. And I need to devour it now. And also The Mask Fallen by Samantha Shannon. I do have an e-arc of that. I'm hoping to get to it before the end of December, but if not, I will definitely be reading that in January, but that is not on any of the prompts for this. But hopefully I'll read it in December, but if not, you might see me in January in my vlogs reading The Mask Falling as well, which is the 4th book in the Bone Season series. So that was all of them. I really hope I can get through these. I know ACOWAR and Crown of Midnight will be very easy reads for me because they are rereads and they're 2 of my favourite series. So I don't think I'll have any issue with those. And same with Glass House. It's a buddy read, but it's also a reread and it's my favourite. So it's gonna be interesting. And I do have like 3 contemporaries on this, which doesn't usually happen. Like, I don't usually have this much contemporary, so I'm excited for this because I don't usually have this much contemporary. But that was my TBR for January for the Royal Readathon Prince Edition. If you want to take part, you can head over to mine and Liv's Twitter page. We have one especially for the Royal Readathon, which is at Royal Readathon. The link will be in the description box below if you want to come and follow us and take part. And if you do take part, let us know your TBRs because I love seeing people's TBRs for the readathons that we host. It's just so lovely that people actually take part and it's not just me and Liv on our own. But yeah, I I say every single time, we're going to try and do reading sprints. In October's one, we did do a few Instagram lives where we did like live readings, and that was very fun. So we will likely do that again in January. But yeah, if you are going to take part, let us know. And if you want to take part and you're stuck on any prompts, then feel free to head on over to our Twitter page and ask for recommendations, and we will either help you ourselves or retweet and see if anyone else can help you. So yeah, hope you join in, hope you enjoy it, and I'm very excited for this. New year, new readathon, yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.